Calling all beings. Calling all beings.
Howdy ho, chickadees.
I love it. I love when she does that. All right. Welcome back to Calling All Beings. I'm your host, DJ. Right down there is none other than
Boston
Great Barrington Bia. Oh, there we Boston Bia and our special guest host tonight, the trial analyst, the legendary, and somebody who's become a very dear friend of Cab, the one and only Miss Demeanor. How's it going, Janet?
Woo! I'm doing great. Happy hump day, man.
Totally, man. Let me make sure everybody can hear us. So I want somebody to give me a thumbs up in the chat that you can hear, please. And the only reason is because I deleted the cell phone stream, the aforementioned cell phone stream. Somebody give me a thumbs up in the chat, and then we'll bring our guests on.
Miss Demeanor, you're a busy lady.
I have been busy.
Julie, yeah.
Girl.
Looks like we got a thumbs up from Missy
Girl.
Mayhem. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Got thumbs up.
Melissa. Okay, perfect.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Melissa. Please, Miss Demeanor, put another deposit in her 401k. All right. So tonight, this is all about the Jason Veach case, guy who was victimized in a bar called the Cabbage Patch Bar in New Smyrna, Florida. His widow is here with us tonight, Kara. We are going to find out what happened. We're going to find out why it happened, how it happened, and then we're going to go into some analysis. And when we do that, we're probably going to go in like a three-way rotation between the three of us with questions. But by all means, please, if something is topical at that moment, please feel free to jump in because we don't want to let it go by. I was contacted by my new friend, Amber, who introduced me to her co-host, Deirdre from True Crime DNA. They do a Spaces right now. I believe we are simulcast on Twitter Spaces, which is where they do their business. So with that, let's introduce our friends right here. Please put your hands together for none other than Deirdre Sargent.
Thank you.
Hello, ma'am. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
I'm glad to have you here because y'all got. I'm going to tell you guys the amount of information they have on this case. I haven't seen anybody that has interviews, autopsies, photos. They have everything. It's just the amount of work you guys did. Very impressive. So with that, let's bring on your homegirl from True Crime DNA, none other than Amber KR. Where's she at? There she is.
Hi, how are you? How you doing?
Give me an amen for Amber.
Hey,
All right.
Hallelujah. Amen. It's
Amber
nice to
is
see you all.
Amber
Good
is
to
the
see
A
you.
in DNA.
And the star of this joint tonight, the one who we are all here for, that's going to tell us what happened, because there are people other than Karen Reed out there, other than Kelsey, other than Justin, other than Enrique Delgado Garcia, other than Sandra Birchmore, that have been disenfranchised by the system. And I don't know if it's because Jason was a biker, but we're going to find out what the hell is going on tonight. So party people, put your hands together for none other than Kara Beach.
Yay, Kara.
Wait, come back.
Hey, hi everybody.
There it goes. It runs on a loop.
Hi, Kara. How you doing, hon?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. It is an honor for you to join us and for you to trust Cab, which is an extension of the trust placed in us by Amber and Deirdre. So with that, like I said, what I'd really like to do tonight is to primarily, or I should say initially, to go through what happened, how it happened. Then we can start getting into the questions I think that will form the basis of why it happened. How does that sound to you guys?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you.
Okay, so with whichever one of you would like to take it away, between the three of you, I'm definitely not going to play referee. Y'all can figure out who wants to talk about which aspect of it. You're all
I
experts
would
in the case.
I would like Kara to be able to speak, and Deirdre and I could just interject as needed. But before she begins, I just want to say you talked about all of the data and documents in this case, and that's all Kara, 100%, because of her determination, her persistence. She has gotten those things. We've helped assist her, but she's the star of this show. So let's make that clear.
There you go. Amen
Thanks,
for Kara.
Amber. Thank you. You guys have helped me. Trust me, you've helped me a lot.
I dig it.
So Jason's story, we'll start with the beginning. Jason had gone out riding motorcycles with friends. They went and ate lunch. They stopped at a couple of bars and had a couple of beers and then moved on to the next bar. He had made it to the Cabbage Patch, let's say around 4:30, and they were hanging out in a big group of them drinking. The bartenders were very much overly serving everybody at the bar, and Jason was getting belligerent drunk. We do not deny that. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He was absolutely belligerent drunk. He was very loud. He was hollering about being the baddest Republican around. But never going up to anybody or anything. He was standing in his spot. They were drinking, doing lots of shots, and he was just being very loud. So him and the owner of another bar had gone outside and they had talked for a little while, and Jason had left on his motorcycle and went 6 minutes down to the road to that gentleman's bar and was hanging out there. He wasn't drinking while he was there. He was just sitting there sobering up. While he was there, the cops were called for a noise complaint that the band in the bar was too loud. So a single cop arrived on scene. She approaches the I don't know if it was a bartender or just an employee there. She approached him and she was talking to him about the noise complaint and was talking about how loud it was. And he was, telling her, like, listen, I'll take care of the noise complaint, but there's a gentleman over here that is too drunk to drive his motorcycle. He just laid it over. He's extremely drunk. Please don't let him ride his bike. And she blew him off. She's like, oh, okay, that's that. Well, let's talk about this noise complaint. You really got to get the music down or close the doors so that there's no issue. And he's like, listen, I'll take care of the noise complaint, but please don't let that guy ride his motorcycle. He's had way too much to drink. And she's like, fabulous. She's very irritated about having to deal with Jason. So she does go over to Jason. She acknowledges him. She asked him about the damage on the side of his motorcycle because it was scratched up down the side. And she says, she's like, your bike looks bad. What'd you do? And he's like, oh, I laid it over a couple of weeks ago. He is very, very intoxicated.
DJ,
go ahead.
Do you have that body worn camera for that?
Yeah. Which one did you want? That one where she walks over to him and says, I think you ought to not drive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's play that.
Okay. It's not a video. Are you talking about a video or a,
It is it's a body worn camera of her. It's her actual body cam footage of her confronting Jason about riding his motorcycle.
Okay. I will try to find that one. I'll go. Forgive me for not having the Google Drive up, but while you're speaking, I will try to make that happen. So please continue.
Way to go, DJ. Way to go.
Ah! I'm about to get my pay doctor already. Look at this.
You had one job.
We'll get it back up by the end of the show.
One job, DJ. Come on.
One opportunity.
Suck.
That's so funny.
Okay.
Yeah, so she goes over to Jason and she asks him about laying his bike over. He lies to her. He has complete slurred speaking. You could tell very obvious that Jason was very drunk and he was sitting on his bike. The key was turned on. The headlights were on. And she's like, "Hey, I can smell alcohol all over you. Do you plan on riding?" And he's like, "Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to ride my bike." And she's like, "Well, you probably shouldn't." He's like, "Well, I'm not going to let anybody else ride it." And she's like, "Well, you're probably going to get a DUI." And he's like, "How do you want this to go down?" He was very aggressive. I don't
Right.
deny that. He was not compliant.
Right.
I
He
don't
was
think he was aggressive, Kara. I really don't. I just thought he was drunk.
very
And the
drunk.
cops are supposed to be trained to handle that. He wasn't yelling, he wasn't being belligerent. He's just like, I'm not giving anybody my bike. And she's
Correct.
like, maybe your friend can talk some sense into you to get home safe. But that's as far as she went with it, and he wasn't non-compliant in the sense that he was being belligerent or mean or yelling at her or anything.
Yeah, he made it very clear he wasn't going to let other people ride his motorcycle and that he was going to take it home. And she said, "Okay, well, I'm trying to save you from the hassle down the road." And she turns around and she walked away. Bike
Which is-
turned on,
Yeah.
very drunk, and acknowledged how bad off he was. And she turned around and walked away. And her backup arrived. She actually had another cop pull up and they talked about him and how bad he was. And then that's it for that body cam footage. And so from there, he leaves and he went back to the Cabbage Patch where he was originally drinking heavily. When he got
Before we
back,
go on, Kara, can I just say, this is my speculation, but I believe that police officer, just by the tone of her voice, and when you all see this video, you're going to be surprised by it, but she just
can't
didn't
find that
care.
video.
I came here for, a call about noise violation, and now I got to deal with this drunk guy, and no concern about the public,
right.
no concern about the family that's driving down the road. And so this is the start, and this is the beginning of why this isn't just a tragedy, but pretty much corruption. So that's why we're telling this story to start it off.
Right. Yeah. You got to know this part to know the rest of it.
One second. Hold on. DJ, I sent it to you. I emailed
Send it
to you.
again. Okay, good. Because I don't see Jackson now. I see it. Okay, cool. Got it. And I can try to. It's downloading as we speak. So.
I have to tell everybody in the whole world, I'm so proud of myself for learning how to use my computer.
You know what?
I'm
It
proud
is a
of you.
positive
Yay.
thing. Yeah, look at you.
Send me some of that knowledge because I'm still learning.
I've been on iPad and iPhone for so long. I don't remember how to use a computer.
That is cute.
A true story. She's not joking. But this is the thing about Deirdre is she is determined. So she figures it out so quickly and learns or goes to where she needs to go to get the answers. So no matter what, people can call you guys all boomers, but you guys amaze me.
Well,
I just want to say for the record, I'm not a boomer. Here we go.
I'm not either. I'm Gen X, baby.
Woo! Same here, Generation X, baby.
That's right.
Where's-
We're
where's that
indestructible.
guy?
We're like cockroaches. You can't
Yeah.
get rid of us.
What's that actor Edward something that was in that movie Generation X? Edward, what the hell is his name? It's a great movie.
Ed Norton, right?
Ed Norton, thank you.
Oh,
Bless
yeah.
you.
Yes.
Bless you. All right, let me see if we can, because I'm not getting any sound.
There's no
Unless they
sound
probably
until she
won't,
gets
right?
out of the car.
Yeah,
And
they
when
don't
she
turn
gets
their
out.
sound down.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's always a delay of like a minute and a half on body-worn cameras.
Yeah. You can fast forward it actually until
Okay.
till she's getting out. There's no sound.
As they say, Wilco. Let me see. Oh, it's playing directly. I feel like it's playing directly. Yeah, it's playing directly from. I'm not. Okay, here we go. Now I can. All right. All right.
Yeah, there you go.
We're
Now
proud of
there's
you
sound.
too, DJ.
Yeah, see that? You can reinstate more 401k, BF.
So we got a noise complaint. So I was sitting over there for a minute. I can hear it a little bit in that parking lot, but it's only coming from your front door. So I don't know if you want to just turn it down a little bit or maybe close the door because I don't hear it. I was driving to see where else I can hear it from, but we did get a complaint for it, but it's not.
Keep an eye on that guy sitting on his bike.
Mhm.
You don't need to be wrong. He just tipped it over.
Oh, fabulous.
Hi, Weird
But also-
Debbie.
Like I said, it's not crazy. I'm literally only hearing it coming from out the front. But it's enough that I can hear. I'm like, oh, just turn it down a little
keep the
bit.
doors closed, so, but yeah, I'll,
Because like I said, coming around and hearing anything, I don't hear it at all. It's mainly just sitting right in front. So say if you want to close the doors and or just turn it down a little bit.
yeah,
Ma'am.
I'll close them up.
But
Yeah, I know. Are you saying like she's reiterating it, Janet?
fair enough.
Yeah, you said it like 5
He
times.
like gave a complaint and she's just like, yeah, whatever.
Notice the
Nice
headlight
bike.
is on. The headlight is on.
Hello, nice bike. What happened?
What happened to what?
Your side carrier?
Side carrier.
Yeah, it's not a bag. Well, the plastic bag version. It's all scraped up. I was asking what happened.
That happened weeks ago.
Just asking what happened. It was just simple coming over to say hi.
No, just telling.
Okay. All right. Well, just thought I'd come by and say hi. We got to complain about music, so I stopped for that one. All right. You gonna leave it here parked overnight?
No.
Are you gonna let somebody else ride it? Because if not, you're gonna end up going to jail for DUI. I can smell it.
How you want to go down?
How do I want it to go down?
How do you want it to go down?
I'm trying to help you from going to jail. So I highly recommend. You've been drinking. I can smell it. So I'm asking you nicely, either leave it or have somebody else take it so you don't go to jail.
You think I'm going to have somebody else take my bike?
Listen, everybody's different. There's no reason for an attitude. I'm trying to help say so you don't go in handcuffs.
Or maybe she could just do her
No
job.
attitude.
Novel
Okay.
idea.
Well, at least your buddy can understand me just fine. So maybe so he doesn't end up having issues with fines and jail and whatnot. It's a great idea.
How long has
Come
she
on,
been on
Bravo
the job
5%.
at this time?
She's a sergeant.
A
So.
while. She got promoted after this.
Oh wow.
How
He's
long
been
has she
turned down. It's
been
okay.
on though? Because she's behaving like a newbie,
Okay.
all puffy
I want to
chest.
say I have a memory of 5 years.
5 years.
5 years. Okay.
So
Yeah,
relatively
Thank you.
new.
Not sure. Oh no, that's Bartzer. I'm thinking.
No,
of.
that's Bartzer. That's
Bartzer
the other
Blue.
officer.
Oh.
She's been on a long time.
Yeah.
Really? Because she doesn't
Yeah.
act like it.
So let me tell you. So I used to be a military police officer, and I can tell you she handled that exactly wrong. She had probable cause to do a field sobriety test, and she didn't do that. And so this is the crux of the case, because she did not handle this right. He went down the street, and the second part of this happened. Had she done her job, he would be alive today. And let me tell you, her police report reiterates probable cause. She talks about him being
Extremely intoxicated,
she said
non-compliant.
during a noise complaint, she was advised by a bartender on scene that the male, later identified as Veach, was intoxicated and possibly going to drive. Deputy Jackson made contact with Veach, who was highly intoxicated. He was argumentative during the encounter, and due to him having no involvement with the reason for the call of a noise complaint, Deputy Jackson advised him he should not drive or he could end up getting arrested for DUI. No further action occurred, and Deputy Jackson completed her call for service. Now, let me tell you, what's important about this is they're trying to say that she didn't do anything wrong because he wasn't part of the original call.
Mhm.
So she didn't have any obligation to handle Jason.
What?
Yes.
That's what this report
Oh,
is.
hold on a second here.
Yep.
Oh, thank you, Misdemeanor. Thank you.
You are an officer and
Mhm.
you do not feel that you have a duty to
Yes.
keep my sober tail safe when I'm
Mhm.
driving out there? Ma'am, we need to have a conversation because I'm enraged right now.
Yeah.
So I was also a police dispatcher, and I can also tell you that very often officers will respond to one call of a non-emergency nature and something else happens. They end that call, they advise dispatch that they're on scening a situation, whatever it is, domestic, DUI, whatever, and then another call for service is generated by the dispatcher. So the fact that she was on a noise complaint does not obfuscate her responsibility to handle the DUI situation.
You can't be
So-
like, I'm here for a noise complaint and somebody just got murdered right next to me. I'm not going to do anything. I don't have a job. I
Yeah.
just came here for a noise
I'm sorry,
complaint. Are you kidding?
You're not a Wendy's drive-through order taker, ma'am.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, use your
You-
brain.
It's not one
You
car.
guys,
at a
I gotta
time.
let Bia get in here because this is good stuff. You guys are hilarious, and I want to point something out to the audience based on what you guys are saying, which is very interesting. But Julie, what are you saying? They are on X Live now, trying to let them know they aren't here. So let me know what you mean by that, Jules, because I'm not sure what you mean. If people can't hear them on X.
Oh, maybe they can't hear it on X because, yeah, maybe
Who-
there's an issue with that.
Okay, who can't hear? Is it they can't hear us or they can't hear Spaces with our guests?
Let me check on
Amber and
Spaces.
Deirdre
Can someone give me a thumbs up if you can hear everything okay?
on Spaces. Go,
Lily,
Mr.
can you
Meaner.
hear? Lily, can
You
you
aren't
hear
playing on
me?
YouTube at all. Okay, I'm not playing on YouTube, Jules. Okay, let me try this. Oh boy.
Oh, no.
Right.
They have to
Okay.
go. They have to go to my Spaces. If they're looking for you under your X thread, they're not going to find it.
Oh boy.
That may be why. They're probably looking for the
Okay.
Spaces.
Okay, so I'm not
But they
playing.
should
Yes,
stay
I
here.
must have deleted when I messed with that stream. It must have screwed things up having the two different things. Wow. Well, I guess we're just going to be live on X tonight then, and not on YouTube.
Oh no!
And,
I'm on
Video.
YouTube because I just pulled it
no,
up.
me.
Oh, you.
Yeah, me.
Can you take the stream down and start over?
No, I don't. I mean, I probably would have to do a whole lot of stuff. I'm okay with it. I can still put it on YouTube, but it appears that everybody's watching us on X, and that's okay. But Jules had an issue where we had two streams going at once, and so she wanted me to delete the cell phone stream, and apparently that dorked things up. Let me go to, if you can hang on a second, let me go to Cab.
Sorry, everybody. We're having a little bit of an issue. And
Yes, my apologies, mate.
Everybody could go.
Listen,
to-
this is par for the course for us. We're used to
Yeah, this is
it. We
part of
had
the
every
game,
time
man.
we do a Spaces, it like crashes on us and we have to go 3 times.
Let's see what we got here.
I've never done a Spaces. Maybe I'm
it's
happy I
not
haven't.
live.
It's different and it's new and it has its positive features as well.
Okay.
I think they're still working the bugs out. It's not 100% yet.
Yeah,
So
I can see
even
that
trying
it's
to
not.
multi-stream and things. We're just trying to be creative in how we do it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't think it's gonna. It's making it look like. Yeah, because I deleted one of them. Then that means both, or just remove the destination from the stream and then re-add it. All right, let me try that. Let me remove and re-add, and then see what happens. Okay. And then it's saying
On the
to
spot, we're
re-add.
figuring this out.
Yeah, my apologies, everybody. You deserve
You
better.
don't need to apologize. Like
Hey,
we're
we're all
so thankful that you're
professional.
having us here. Oh, yeah.
I appreciate. Yeah, I thought this is okay, Jules. It should pop up live now. I'm getting a blue check mark, so you guys should see us live on YouTube.
I'll look and see.
And if you
Thanks
don't,
for
we
letting
will-
us know, Jules. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Yeah, if you don't see us live on YouTube, we'll give you your money back. All right.
So
It just popped up on mine.
That's funny.
I just got a notification saying that you're live. So, yep, we're
Okay.
good. All
since I
better.
can't see it,
Okay.
do we need to replay the? Do we
All
need
right,
to?
everybody, back to the lecture at hand. I think where we were at, and to use the words of Dr. Dre, I mean, come on. Bia, what the most interesting thing about this, and I'd like to get your commentary, is what the ladies are talking about. Thank you very much, Captain Jerry. What the ladies are talking about is that this is not a situation where people are pissed off because cops are hassling drunk people or people just out partying and having fun. In this case, they're saying you actually should have been hassling her husband. And if she would have hassled him and he had a smart mouth, he was going to call for backup. So that was definitely happening. She was going to stand close to the bike. She was going to call for backup. Backup was going to come. Then they were going to administer the field sobriety test. And if he refused, that's when they were going to arrest him. So take it away, Bia, and then we'll just go around the horn and keep going with the story.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that the fact that they were outside and she's saying that she can smell him, it just kind of goes to tell you to the level of, and obviously she should have called it in but she had like tunnel vision. She was there for the one purpose to then turn around, and that was like another side thing. She just, it seemed laziness is what it
Fabulous.
seems. So
Remember,
I think she had her
she
radio. She
said.
could have called it in. They could have, and especially that you had another
Officer right
cop
there.
officer right there that could have handled that. She could have called it in so that he could take over, go deal with them, and she was already on the noise complaint issue. But she seemed more focused on telling the guy to close the door than she was about somebody who potentially, like Misdemeanor said, could hurt somebody,
Mhm.
not just himself, but somebody else on the road.
Yep.
So their duty is to serve and protect, and they should have been protecting the citizens, and him being the first one to, take him into custody, have somebody else deal with this. So that's very
Yeah, can you
unfortunate.
imagine that somebody has a knife and they're walking around? They're like, "You better put that knife away, or you're going to get arrested
Right.
for murdering somebody." All right, and the cop walks away and doesn't secure the scene or
Yep.
doesn't make sure everybody's safe. That, like, just
Right.
put it in that perspective. It is
Absolutely. It's
preposterous.
laziness. It's laziness.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
this is very interesting turn of phrase, because normally the folks that Kara and Jason would hung out with, when police come over, you're pissed. You're like, we're having fun. We're not
Mhm.
bothering anybody. Get the hell out of
Right.
here. But in this case, it was an abdication of her responsibility, not
Yeah.
to use any sort of royal court terms here. But anyway, please, ladies, continue. Kara, please continue from there, because obviously from there they go down to the streets of the Cabbage Patch Bar.
Yeah. So it is exactly 20 minutes later that Jason is killed. It took 6 minutes for him to get back to the Cabbage Patch from Sorry Charlie's, where he was with the officers. So they cut the body cam footage off so we don't see it, but they either had to just abruptly leave right after that and left him sitting there, or they physically watched him drive off. So he goes back to the Cabbage Patch 6 minutes down the road, and he walks in, he sits down. It is, let me paint the picture for you real fast. It is an
Please.
L-shaped bar.
Mhm.
There are approximately 8 seats on the short end of the L, and probably, I don't know, let's say 10 to 15 seats on the long end. So it's an L-shaped bar. There are 2 entrances into the Cabbage Patch. There is one as soon as you walk into the short end of the bar, like the L shape, there's a door right here. And then when you come around on the side, there is another door. There's 2 entrances.
Mhm.
There's a pool table in the corner in between both doors. When Jason walks in, he walks into the short end of the bar and he sits down in the very first bar stool. There is a couple sitting to his right. He sits down to the left of them. And then there is 2 chairs empty, and there are 2 men sitting at the corner of the L, one on one corner, one on the other.
Got it.
There,
Yep.
there are 4 people playing pool, and there is a man down at the long end of the bar watching football, and a woman on the gambling machines that they had in the building.
Uh-huh.
Jason walks in, he sits at the end of the bar by himself with the couple next to him. They finish their drinks, they get up and leave. There is nobody in between Jason and these guys at the end of the bar. The bartender comes out. She's like, "Hey man, you're too drunk and I'm not serving you anymore. You've had enough."
Uh-huh.
Well, good for you now. You've cut him off now after you have already overserved him.
Got
But
it.
that's good. She cuts him off and he gets mad and he calls her a bitch. Again, people, I don't condone the behavior. And I hate to use the term "you created the monster," but you overserved him. And I can tell you, I can prove 7 shots at one time because the bartender says it. And so do witnesses in their audio interviews. They say, yeah, we gave, he had 5 shots of Jaeger at one time and a double maker's mark on the rocks. So you overserved him, and now he's belligerent drunk, and now you are cutting him off. Good job. So she cuts him off. He gets mad. He calls her a bitch, and she's like, "Listen, I'm just going to call the cops and have you removed." So she calls the cops standing right there and says, "Hey, listen, I have a guy here. He is extremely drunk. I just need him to leave for the night. That's all I need." The 911 call says, okay, is there weapons? Is there violence? And she's like, no, there's nothing. I just need him to go for the night. He's a big man. I can't throw him out myself. Can you guys come and just make him leave? Very
And
calm, cool. Go ahead.
keep in mind that this is like biker week, right, Kara?
It's
And
the weekend. It's the weekend before. It was on a Sunday night, and Biketoberfest started on Friday. So it was literally 5 days before Biketoberfest. So you have a big
People start
uh,
showing up down there.
absolutely. You have an RV park, a massive RV park that's right across the street that people stay at for this event. So there are people coming. So she
and
calls.
there's only the bartender there. There's
That's
no
it. There's-
bouncer. There's no one
Correct.
else there but
There's
the one bartender.
one bartender on a night shift the week 5 days before Biketoberfest by herself working. So she
That's
calls, the cops say they are on their way, and she's like, listen, I'm gonna get off the phone. I can't stay on the phone with you guys. I'll call you back if something happens. So of course, naturally something happens. So she calls back and she's like, you know, things are that have escalated. Some guy has came in with an axe and and hit him. And you know, there's an axe involved, and the cops are or the dispatch is like, well, what do you mean? Like, what's going on? There's, you know, and there's asking all the questions, and she's like, listen, there's 6 guys holding him down. I got to get off the phone. And, you know, so the cops come. So pretty much this is what happened. While she was on the phone with the cops, telling them that she wanted him removed, the gentleman at the end of the bar decided to take it upon himself. And he walked outside. He grabbed an 18-inch long axe and he came back in. He had to walk past everybody at the pool table. He walked past the man that he was sitting with. He walked past 4 to 6 chairs in between him and Jason, and he attacked Jason with an axe.
Where
And
did
Jason
he
was
hit Jason
sitting.
with that axe? I say
That
that because
is-
I have one as well that I use for kind of like self-defense. Where did he hit him?
That's debatable. If you go by what the guy that with the axe says he didn't hit him. Jason has lacerations to his neck. The coroner said it was not caused by the sharp end of an axe. The witnesses all say that the man struck Jason with the axe. One says that he was hit in the head. One said the bartender in the body cam footage says he took the axe and he hit him right here, which is exactly where the lacerations to Jason's neck are. The other one said that he saw him swing it. He didn't really see him make contact with it, but all the witnesses say that he went and got it. He came back in with it and he attacked Jason with it.
Okay,
The
DJ,
thing that-
do you have
Yes,
do you
ma'am.
have the autopsy picture of the cut over his
Yes. Let me go back.
Kara,
Wait a
turn your-
second.
Kara has to.
Hold, please.
Kara
I'm
has to
gonna
turn her.
I'm gonna turn my screen around. Y'all just let me know when it's clear.
There's certain things that Kara does not want to see. and
Yeah,
we're gonna
I would not
respect
want to see that, Kara. Like, yeah, I could live without that if
So,
my loved one.
I'm still here with you guys. I just can't see anything now.
Yes, ma'am. I'm just gonna find it.
And we'll tell you as soon as it's off, Kara. Don't worry.
Yeah,
It's
this
kind
is
of
where I'm gonna get yelled at again by you guys. It's coming. I know it.
This is why you need a
No,
Deirdre
it's
to
only-
help you out with that stuff, DJ.
I
It's
know.
only me that gives you a hard time, DJ. I'm giving you a pass this
Oh,
time.
I
It's all
wish
right.
it was only you. It's more than you.
I've
He is
seen
gonna
Bia
be-
do it.
yeah.
I've seen Bia do it.
Yeah, here we go.
It's
All right, so I
important for
have 2
everybody.
photos here. Oh, I have more. Okay, cool. I think I've got it. Okay.
We
Let me
can
see
just
if I
go
can-
through his injuries and get it all over with because
Yeah.
at one point the detective told one of the suspects that Jason did not die from any injuries that he has sustained in
The
bar
bar altercation.
and he was
Okay,
a very
now I'm gonna be able to share screen with you. Just give me a second here.
that I'm just giving you a precursor that he was a very sick man.
Yes.
So I want you to see the disparity between Jason's injuries and later you'll see the Axeman's injuries. And
Okay. How are we now? We good?
yeah,
Okay. All right.
so he's got injuries to the inside of his lip, which is compression from being face down on the floor. So we'll explain that later. We'll
Not sure what
Like
they're showing
after he
here.
got
There's
hit.
an abrasion. I
Oh
can
Lord,
see.
have mercy.
We need another. Go on to another one. Okay, so this shows his lumpy head, and so he had 2 or 3 blood clots under his skin, and I don't know if we're going to show that picture or not, but yeah, and you can see some injuries here, but it's his other eye.
Hematomas and so forth.
If we have that.
Jason's the only one out of the 6 people that were on top of him that has these types of injuries. The only thing is the man that swung the axe had a little bit of a scraped back because Jason fell on top of him as he tried to get up and get away from him, from the man carrying an axe. But then, of course, they're afraid of this big man, and they pummel him, and he's prone on the ground at that point.
That can we go back to
the petechia in his
This
eyes? I'm assuming, yeah, that's what it looks like to me.
Go back to the one with the injury over his eyebrow. Yeah, that one. So this one, I think, is the one that he got hit with substance. I think the lacerations to his neck, because he was swinging this axe wildly. So there's 2 cuts to his neck that are sharp force injuries. But this one, I think, is what took him down. He got up at that point and was going towards Axeman to stop the assault. I think he lost consciousness and they went down together, because witnesses have said that once he was down, he never got up. He didn't kick his legs, nothing. He didn't move. They were on his back very, very quickly and asphyxiated.
On his back, on his arms, and a chokehold as well.
See that? That's that cut.
Yeah.
They beat the living crap out of him, and he was unconscious. More petechiae. Petechiae. Yeah.
That's it. That's all the photos I have.
Yeah. The autopsy talks about deep bleeding in his neck, which means his neck was compressed during this time as well. So he was face down on his nose and mouth into a wooden floor, pressure on his neck, pressure on his back. That's why he very, very quickly died.
Are there no more pictures?
No more, man.
Okay.
That's all I have. Yeah. Yeah, I understand this from, a jiu-jitsu perspective, where people would do something called knee on belly, where basically they put their knee on your belly and they put all their weight on that knee and they splay the other leg out. Picture like a backhoe when they put the little outriggers down. That's your other leg would be that outrigger. And then that guy you're training with, his knee, or sparring or fighting with, if it's a sparring man, is going to have his knee right in your belly. But when you do that to somebody who's not trained and they don't have the abdominal muscles, like if I did it, if I got knee on bellied right now, I'd probably be in really bad situation. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can turn it up a little bit. There you go.
So
Okay.
are you talking, isn't there another name for that? And I could be getting this wrong. I'm thinking Ted Binion in Las Vegas, but Burking. Isn't it called burking, what you're talking about, if you do it the wrong way, where you...
Me?
Yes.
Oh,
yes, you can take someone's life that way.
I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar with that term, but I just know that when you
Sounds
put
like
enough
Deirdre
pressure on somebody's abdomen, whether that is from the front or the back, and they can't breathe, this is what happened. This is, has happened with multiple police, George Floyd, right? Just what happened with George Floyd.
DJ, this has happened not even in with police. Like I used to work in a residential treatment facility for that did psychiatric holds and behavioral issues and things like that. And we used to do prone restraints. Now we were highly trained on where you put pressure. It is only on the arms and the legs. It is never on the body.
Right.
You never put it on their back. Because of them not being able to breathe. And at one point when I was working there, they decided to get rid of the prone restraints altogether because it was just too risky, because people were getting hurt, or in some cases people would pass away accidentally. And in those cases, they're not even trying to strangle the person. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you're right. There is burking. There's positional asphyxia. You'll hear different terms, but yeah, burking was in the Ted Binion case.
Yeah,
it drives me crazy. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Janet.
No, I just said that's where I learned of it was in the Ted Binion case. So.
Yeah, that was on that's on Dateline recently. I need to watch the
Oh,
whole
was
thing
it really?
because I didn't finish it. Yeah, but I got Peacock channel, so I could go back and find it. But
That was a really good
yeah,
case.
it really annoys me when people, the same thing with Eric Garner. I can't breathe. He's saying I can't breathe, and that dumbass cop, that Paisan, and I'm Italian, is there choking him from behind, and he's saying I can't breathe. Okay, any trained grappler is going to say, okay, I need to relieve pressure on this person. I need to save this person's life.
Mm-hmm.
And these people just don't do that. You don't need to do that to restrain somebody. And if you do, you don't know what you're doing. And that guy going to get an axe. This goes back to like a debate that I had, quite unsuccessfully with misdemeanors. When you take a deadly weapon into a fight,
Mm-hmm.
you are now in a situation where you could take somebody's life and you could be charged. Now, obviously, the problem here is that nobody was charged.
Correct.
And Kara's husband was killed. And the thing is, I want the audience to understand, it is not illegal to be an a-hole in a bar. Okay?
Correct.
It's not
That's
illegal to say something stupid and get angry and be a boorish, jackass, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, many of us have gotten drunk and done it.
Correct.
Been that way. And that is not something that should have happened. And if you don't have bouncers there at a biker bar,
Mm-hmm.
in Biketoberfest, which I've been to in that area, you are wrong. You are wrong.
Yeah. Melissa, I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt you. Melissa asked, when was he beaten up and passed out compared to when he crashed his bike? 20 minutes after. It was 20 minutes. He died 20 minutes after the cops had stopped him, or not stopped him, approached him.
Like that video you saw, he was
dead
passed away
20 minutes later.
Yeah.
That's why his injuries are indicative of a very brutal and violent and quick assault on him that killed him very, very quickly.
They jumped him.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it. They jumped him.
Yeah,
He was
and one
sitting
guy has
at a
an
bar.
axe. That's by the way, that's a deadly weapon. So now the bartender is asking, this is the reason drunk people make really bad decisions. The bartender is asking you to get somebody out of the bar or restrain someone, get them out of here.
Yeah.
When you go and you get an axe, now that weapon used incorrectly, you could either maim the person, you could take an eye out. There's all kinds of things that you can do with that weapon, but one of them primarily is death, which is why we have them. If someone breaks in our house, we want to swing that axe and we want them to fall to the floor, and we don't care what happens after that because they just entered into our home.
And that goes to premeditation too, because he obviously, the act of going to get it, because premeditation can be seconds too, but he went in there knowing that this was going to cause an injury.
Well, the other thing too, Pia, is in the state of Florida, if you have the ability to retreat, there is stand your ground laws in Florida, but this individual had the ability to retreat and go to safety, and they chose to come right back into harm.
Right.
So
Because
that's part of the issue.
Tell them what the cops said about why it was okay for this man to go out and get an axe and come back into the bar, Kara.
Well, you have to remember, everybody, that they will swear and die on that hill saying that he had it on him. He did not go and get it. All of the witnesses they're all lying. None of their the 5 different witnesses all said the same thing. They watched him go outside and come back in with an axe. One said with intent. One said he came in like a wild man. They all said the same thing, and none of theirs is credited. None of it holds water. The only persons that they say is valid is the guy that said, I had it on me. So they're saying he had it on him, therefore it is not premeditated and it wasn't with intent. Because he had it right there, he was able to use it right then and there, and that is how the stand your ground counts.
And he was defending the honor of
the bartender, because Jason called her a bitch. He was allowed to defend her honor, and in Florida, there's no duty to retreat, even though he did retreat.
Right, but
to
stand your ground isn't I get to come back in and then and pursue you. That's not stand your ground.
Well, they
But-
can make a case for defense of others, but there was no others because there wasn't anything going on.
Correct.
Well, I happened to do a little research before we came on here tonight, and I have a couple questions
Mhm.
about that particular time frame.
Mhm.
One is, and I think I know the answer, but I'm going to ask it anyway. The individual that had the axe,
Yep.
supposedly what I read is he had it on him because he was going to sell it to someone, and
Yep.
they never showed up. So was there any sort of pursuit to confirm that
No.
story?
None. There was none at all. There
This
was
is
no
great.
pursuit. There was no pursuit to confer anything. They didn't confirm anything. That same man, the axe man, Jay Keeney, said that Jason had tried to fight him at Sorry Charlie's when Jason was there. Okay, so 20 minutes prior, supposedly Jay Keeney had seen Jason. The officers actually went and had a whole interview with the owner of Sorry Charlie's, and the owner went in depth about how his camera system is phenomenal. He bought a very high-tech camera system so that none of these things could happen, and they didn't even ask for the footage to show proof that Jason had tried to fight this guy. Because I truly think that they did check the footage, and it doesn't show that at all. So therefore, they didn't want that to be used because it
And the
hurts their
second
case.
bar, the Cabbage Patch, had cameras, but they were not working.
The batteries were dead.
Batteries were dead.
Batteries
It's
were
always good to
dead.
have battery operated cameras. That way you never know when they go dead.
Batteries were
Plausible
dead. Yeah.
deniability.
I have
Yeah.
I have two questions for Kara, and then we're going to go around to Boston Bia for her questions. But one question is, this should be kind of a quick hitter about Sergeant Jackson.
Mhm.
What would you like to have seen? What would have satiated you in terms of punishment for Sergeant Jackson?
Anything. They did nothing.
So, like,
have
what
this
what
one.
would have made you say, you know what, I think that's an appropriate level of sort of punishment for her? What would that have looked like?
Well, Kara filed a complaint.
I did file a
By the way.
complaint.
I know.
It was unfounded. They said there was nothing done wrong. You know what? I think that if there is somebody like her that is supposed to be protecting the world, that she shouldn't be protecting the world. That's how I feel about. She doesn't care
So-
about people's lives.
So
At all.
suspension as a
As-
minimum, something
Absolutely.
like an admonishment,
Not a
an
promotion.
administrative
A
admonishment and a
retraining?
suspension. Okay, I
Something.
think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Anything.
Second question. Oh man, I think I might have forgot my second question. Let me go to Boston Bia, and then I'll try to remember it. This one was more related to the bar, so go ahead, Boston Bia.
All right. So my question is, so the axe man basically just walked
He-
away from this, and
Yes. Yeah.
No.
So
Thank you,
when
Bia. I got it now.
yeah, when Jay Keeney hit Jason with the axe, that is when, might I say, Jason never got off of a bar stool until he was physically assaulted. He never stood up. He was still sitting on his bar stool when Jay Keeney hit him. And when Jay Keeney hit him, that's when Jason stood up and grabbed him, and he slammed him down, and they fell down to the ground together. Jay Keeney, the guys jumped on Jason at that time. Jason never stood back up. He never threw a punch. He never hurt anybody at all. Jay Keeney just got out from underneath him, and he left the scene. The officers didn't look for him that night. They didn't speak to him for days.
Yeah, two of the men left the scene before the officers got there.
The two people that
Okay.
instigated it.
But-
The only two people that instigated it.
One
left the
of
bar.
them was the one with the axe, but we don't think
Correct.
that there's anything to
Yes.
basically
Can I
investigate
break
here.
in because I'm going to forget again, Amber? I just forgot twice in the
Go ahead.
last 60 seconds. I'm like, wait, I remember. Okay, she triggered my memory. I remembered it. Oh, now I forgot it again. What is it? All right, it is. Wait, I think I forgot again.
oh no,
I'm
This is
sorry.
what you get for having a friend that has ADHD that constantly interrupts. I'm so sorry. I will keep my mouth shut
No, you
for
didn't.
the
It's
next
not you.
3
It's
minutes.
totally not you.
So
It's not you.
what
It's
triggered it was when I asked her that that Axeman basically there was no like he got away
No.
with murder.
okay.
Yes.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Okay. This is central, I think, to what you're aggrieved about. Why do you think that the police have put themselves in a position to protect Jay Keeney and others?
It's easier to keep your stats up and not have a high death rate when you use stand your ground in self-defense, because it doesn't count against you. I think that they are very much protecting the cops, because there is so much more than them just killing Jason and that being the end of it. Because the same exact cops that didn't arrest him are the same exact responding officers that refused to save his life. They didn't even try to save his life. So they wanted it hush hush, under the rug, dismissed, closed as fast as possible, so that their officers weren't in the spotlight for what a horrible job they did. And that's what I truly think. Stand your ground in self-defense is easy write-off because it doesn't count against you.
But the thing is these guys had killed Jason before the officer arrived, is what we surmise.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely,
I don't
1,000%.
So why are they trying to give plausible deniability to him instead of saying yes, please?
Can I please chime in? Because this is the one that threw me over the edge, is when I saw the responding officer at Cabbage Patch and Jason is lying prone, not moving, not breathing, blue. The officer comes over and handcuffs the man, tells them not to get off of him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Then when it gets even further, when they do finally realize that this man's not breathing, he goes to give CPR and doesn't know how to do it, but he doesn't do it right away. One of the bystanders had to literally grab the cop's hand and put it on Jason's chest to do CPR. And he didn't do it correctly because we can't find any record of where he's had this training and the way the trainings are in Florida for officers with CPR and first aid, because they only have to have it in the academy. And then after that, they don't need to renew.
Yeah.
Well, the civilian was telling him, no, you got to do it harder, because I watched the body cam. You got to do it harder. Come on now. And it's got to be faster. Like at this rate, it was just a person.
And 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 until 30
I was
and 2.
horrified because that dude should not be a police officer.
He also got promoted after this.
He was walking around there and behaving like misdemeanor would behave in that situation. Like, oh my gosh, there's this man. He's just lost his life. Oh my gosh.
No, misdemeanor. You would have done better. You would have done better, because you had the same reaction as me when I saw that video. And then I'm like, wait, you're just supposed to I had CPR 25 years ago. I know what you're supposed to do, at least in general. And then they didn't even turn the music off. Did you notice that? You're coming in here.
It's gonna be crazy.
Can we play the video at least in the beginning?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, turn the camera.
I have it queued up.
Well,
actually, no, I don't, but I'll get there in a second.
I'm actually okay. I'm gonna walk away for this one.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
I don't want to listen. So
I can't imagine you seeing this. All right. Yeah, it's Bart's.
I'll be back
Can
in
you
a few
text
minutes.
her then? Okay.
While you cue that up, let me give you the determination on the complaint that Kara made. They said that the body-worn camera footage does not show signs of impairment. The only indication Veach consumed alcoholic beverages was Sergeant Jackson's statements about the odor emanating from Veach's person. And I'll just add right there, that's probable cause. Okay. They're stating probable cause. Sergeant Jackson's statement. Oh, I'm sorry. Sergeant Jackson suggested that Veach arrange an alternative method of transportation from the establishment. Force Watch, body-worn camera, and CAD determined that Deputy Bartzer and Sergeant Jackson immediately left the area after the call, indicating they had no further contact with Jason Veach. So it was unfounded.
They said it was like their discretion if they needed to do anything with Jason being impaired on his bike with the keys in the ignition.
Yeah, he met all the she had probable cause, and she had an uninvolved witness who saw him fall.
Mm-hmm.
So
witnessed an accident and ignored it, but it was unfounded. She did nothing wrong. Their exact words to me was, it was her discretion. She didn't have to help him. Exact words to me, quote unquote. Her discretion. She didn't have to help him.
Which are we talking about at the other bar or at Cabbage Patch?
That was when they had him stopped on the bike, when he was on the bike. It was there. And then for the Cabbage Patch, When I spoke to internal affairs, they told me that the officers only have to work at the level of what they know. So he didn't have to give him CPR at all. He doesn't have to. And I said, do they have to know CPR? And he said, I'm done talking to you. And he hung up on me. So they wouldn't give an answer on that one, on whether they have to be recertified or not.
I
So we
love
were
when
trying-
somebody says, I'm done talking to you. It's like, I mean,
Yeah.
is that all you got? Like, you don't have anything else? Is that all you can do?
Yeah.
We were
I-
You know,
trying to
say-
when
find-
they say that, I'm like, well, I'm not done talking.
Yeah,
then,
I'm not
so
done
I hope You're
talking.
in a listening mood.
The gaslighting they tried
It's
to do to
Serena.
Kara to try to get her to go away is absurd and enraging.
we were
I'm
trying-
gonna. Hey, y'all just text me when it's done,
Okay.
because I'm
okay.
gonna leave for right now. So
Okay, my friend.
Okay.
We'll get through this. We'll get to the part where that is pertinent that we want to discuss.
I saw Ruby D says, is she still in the force? Oh, yes, she was promoted. Both of these officers were promoted after the fact, even when there's complaints being put there and it brought to their attention
Can you guys see
that
it?
there's
No,
some
maybe
flaws
not.
there.
No, we can see.
Oh,
Oh,
I
now I
don't know
can't.
if you could see it. Okay.
I may have you pause.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
He's
Can
on
do.
he's on his back. See the checkered guy? He is on Jason's back.
Hold on a second. Okay. Yeah. I don't know why he's doing that when you can just restrain. You can have one person on one arm, one person on the other arm, one person on a leg, and another person on a leg. And
So
I
he's
don't
still
know why.
alive here, right?
No, I don't think he is.
No?
no, he's not.
Oh, it looked like he was moving.
Are you
Okay.
guys ready?
No,
Yep.
no.
Yes? No?
Yes,
Ready?
yes, I'm ready. No, he wasn't moving.
Look, okay, stop. Look, can you stop? Oh, can you go back a little bit? I want you to see Jason's head right there.
It's blue.
It's blue. And Bartzer is standing there going, is he breathing? I can't tell if he's breathing. Look at his back.
Yeah,
well, I mean,
that's
right
what I
now, the guy's
noticed.
not even moved. I don't even know how they cuffed him. Oh, he's cuffing him right now
Yep, they did double cups, so it spread
because
across
his arms
back.
wouldn't go back far enough. Yeah.
It-
All
That
right,
man
well,
is dead. That man is
So that
dead.
was Axeman on him then.
No,
no.
No,
That was-
who's the guy?
is
That
it
was
Beery?
one of the guys that was sitting with Axeman. That's Mike Beery.
So he jumped on top of him as he's already down?
Yeah. So
Oh.
when you're restraining somebody, you're not allowed to keep.
So here he
restraining them.
is.
Stop.
Here he is. He's continuing. So one of the things when you have somebody that's passed out that they teach when you take CPR is you're trying to establish whether or not you're not trying to cuff them at that moment. You're trying to find out, is this person awake? You know, are they breathing? And he has not established the consciousness of this person yet. He's asking a bystander. So before he even does this, he should be checking on this individual because he just spoke with him and he didn't respond. Let's keep going.
How many people just lay there like that?
Nobody.
without-
So
Smash
you're
them.
not seeing him move.
No.
I
And
can't
so-
hear the
So we're
audio
not
though,
hearing-
DJ.
Yeah, I was
What?
going to say, you have the X over the audio, so we're not hearing the audio.
Oh, then we need
You're
to back
not?
up. You need to hear this idiot.
I'm hearing the audio.
no, we
see
don't
how,
hear it.
No, you
Oh,
see how
boy.
the little X button right there where your cursor is? Yep.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
that-
X'd. I'm hearing it. All right,
What?
I'm gonna have to redo this whole thing then because I'm hearing it when I play it.
Yeah, the chat's saying they don't have audio either for it.
No.
Okay, all right. Let me try.
Click on
another
that
way.
microphone. Oh, yep. No.
See how DJ, see how it has a little X right there?
It doesn't, is what I'm telling you.
Oh.
I don't see an X. That's what I'm telling you.
We're
I
seeing
can
it.
see it.
Okay, let me try another way
Okay.
to do this.
So the key things to look for is him not recognizing that his head is blue and he's dead and not breathing, obviously, and telling him not to get off his back when he first got there. Do not get off his back. So he got
And before
back.
he got there, those two men, the one with the axe, the other man, they've already left the scene. So there's a few men that are still just on top of him, even though he's not moving.
It's mainly just sitting right in front. So
I
say if you
got
want
the
to close the door
wrong
or just turn it
one
down a
now.
little
This
bit.
is great.
on video.
Great.
Try again.
Oh, man. Well, I'm looking in my, I'm trying to share
I
it
love
from
it.
there and I can't see what file. it doesn't explain exactly what it is when I'm looking at it. It's a bunch of
Look for
numbers.
Bart there.
So I'm going to have to having a guess.
DJ, look
You
for
know,
Bart. Bart's
we
a
need this
beast.
little bit of comic relief, you know.
Oh, there it is. Okay, it's the second one down. There we go. Okay, let's try this. And then we'll come fast forward. Can you guys hear now?
I ran a motorcycle tag in my call. Can
Yes.
Yes?
He doesn't have a
Yes.
Florida
Yes.
deal associated with him. Can you try and... Hello, this is Devin.
This might
This
be the
is
wrong
way
Bart's.
further in.
Yeah, this
Wake
is
up! What happened exactly? Come on!
Hear the music?
Yeah, they're still playing the music. You
Oh
gotta
my
guys-
gosh.
This
And
is
what
Bart.
awful music. too.
He's on
This
him.
is the guy, yeah, interrupting his breathing.
Can I get this hand box? Hey, you good? Hey, he's out.
So
he's
right
out cold.
now, he
Freezing,
should
but he's
not
out cold.
be cuffing him.
All right.
He cannot establish what's going on with this man right now. He should not be cuffing him right now.
You good? Send me medical code 3. I got one that's unconscious. Hey!
Hey, you good?
Roll him on the side.
The balloon is on.
That's the first thing he
Hey.
should have done. That's the first
You.
thing he should have done. Check for breathing, check for if his airway's blocked. Now he's got a civilian checking his pulse.
Okay.
Blood on the floor, everyone's still dancing and everything.
There was another.
The music.
Okay.
Oh, DJ, you're not gonna get stricken for the music, are you?
Okay.
What's that? No,
Hey, man. Hey, you good? Hey, buddy.
I
Wake
might
up.
get stricken by you guys for messing up all these different things in the production.
Nobody's doing CPR. No CPR.
Well, he has not established if this guy's breathing. That's what makes this guy an absolute moron. He has not responded to one word so far.
He is blue.
Turn the volume
There's
down
blood.
on the video.
Is this okay?
I don't know if he's breathing or not.
Sorry.
He's dead, buddy. He's done, guys.
He's dead, bro.
Dead, buddy.
What a dumbass.
He's done.
5-1 Central.
What a dumbass.
Nathan.
Exactly,
Hey,
Ruby. I see what you're saying there.
Fire's
Stand.
coming. Have them step it up because I'm not sure if this guy's breathing anymore.
I'm not sure. How can you not be sure,
Hey.
you dummy?
CPR?
You're an
I can't tell if he's
embarrassment
breathing
to
or
the
not.
profession.
Sooner or later, CPR.
Yeah.
Take the cuffs.
Can you put the cuffs in front? Hey.
Can you put the cuffs in front? Oh, yeah.
Got it?
Let's worry about how
He
he's
breathing?
cuffed. He has not responded yet. He's literally dead.
He's got a weak pulse. As long as he's got a pulse.
You
What
don't
happened
know
to
if he
him?
has a pulse because you're on the civilians.
Decided to attack a bunch of people.
He went down on the fucking ground hard on his face. No, he got a weak pulse, bro. Weak. Guys, right in the chest, guys. Come on.
Exactly,
Come on.
Standing Stones.
Come on. Here, you guys
I
got
hear you,
this? Or
Melissa.
here.
Come on. Come on.
Come on.
That is not the police officer. That was somebody that was on his
Central, we're
back.
doing CPR.
Right in the middle. Go down this way. Get down order.
He did,
He's
I
secure,
believe
but
he did
yeah, we
call
can medicate.
EMT case, granted. I heard him call for medical. He at least did that right. There's the one thing he did right.
Come on, motherfucker. Wake up. Come on.
Come on, motherfucker. Yeah, there you
I already
go.
got one coming.
Come on, bud. Wake up. Wake up.
Hey, just take up like that shit. Just stop. Get in there. Fucking get in there. Hey.
That's him telling the cop to get in
One,
there.
two,
Do it.
three. Hold it. Like that. Come on.
Grabs his hand.
You're in too, dummy.
Hey,
Let's
man.
go.
Hey,
Faster,
wake
he
up.
ends up saying.
And you don't stop. You have to get that pressure up.
They never arrested anybody, James. That's right. You're really looking into the case, so you know.
Yeah, right there. That real.
mean, it's too late.
Yeah, we're not free.
It's probably
Now go
gone
get
at
it.
this
Open
point.
his mouth. Make sure not.
Yeah, clear his airway. That's the first thing you do, dummy.
We're doing some air.
Then, after you clear the airway, then you start your CPR. Make sure his airway's not blocked.
Yep.
And with his
We're
tongue,
on again.
put something in there, like a couple straws or something.
Yeah, that really.
10.
No faster.
10.
20.
Stop.
22. 23. 24. 25. 6. 7. 8. 9. 30. Leave it go. Leave it go.
Hit again. Hit again.
Hey. Come on, bud.
Hit go. Go get it.
Why is he stopping?
Come on.
Well, they're doing the 30 too, but they don't want to do mouth to mouth on it. So
You don't
they're-
do that anymore, though,
You don't
DJ.
do
It's
mouth
much
to mouth.
higher.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
actually not. It's not
you
CPR
don't
anymore.
have to do it anymore.
All right, leave him go. Oh, hey.
When's that guy's foot?
I don't know where it is. I just saw him on the ground unresponsive, so I'm trying to keep this under control.
They actually, it's just called chest compressions now. They don't do mouth to mouth.
Yeah, hands on
hard
It's
CPR.
it's optional. It's optional
Yeah.
because I took it last year for my
Hey.
my side hustle. If it's for me, I'm gonna do it to save
You're
someone's
not
damn
supposed
life.
to stop unless you become exhausted, then someone else is supposed to take over. It builds up that pressure to get the blood going through his body. Once you stop, you have to start all over again. This is useless.
Hey, they don't even teach that no more. No, we don't do that.
Thank you, Standing Stone.
Hey,
That's what's
All
up.
wrong.
come on, bud, wake up. Hey,
He's standing
Come on,
still.
Bubba.
hey. Here, leave him go. Leave him go. Leave him go. Leave him go. No, I'm good.
If he did have a weak pulse, had he done this correctly, this man's life could have been saved.
Yeah, totally. If he would have started from the beginning, right?
Hey, let them know that we're in here.
When they got
Somebody
there,
let them know we're in
they
here.
might
Run
have
out
been
there.
able to save him.
It's just
Do you feel safe
Clear,
with
cop.
these types of cops?
They're gonna come in here with some shit.
no.
Clear out.
He's cuffed.
Do you guys
He's
know
still
how many
tough.
minutes he was
He's
on
the
the
biggest bad
ground
motherfucker in here.
before the police showed up?
It's like 20.
I mean, how long he
20?
was on the ground?
I don't think I have a pulse.
I think it's about 10 minutes, if I'm
Yeah,
remembering
10
correctly.
He was on the ground for 10 minutes? Wow. Man.
That's why it was savage.
What happened exactly? What caused? He's secure. All I got is that he was involved in a. Here's your glasses, sir. Thank you.
He's secure. He's not the one with the act.
He's wearing handcuffs also, right? Yeah. If you guys need the cuffs off or whatever, just let me know, because.
'Cause I was too dumb to take him off in the first place.
So, can you pause real quick?
Do you know what? Does anybody know what
Can
his
you
name
pause?
is?
I'm sorry, say love?
Can you pause right there?
Yes, I can. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can see. So Jason was sitting all the way over where that light is at the end of the bar.
Yes.
Jason was sitting there, and all the way over to the corner of the L in the bar is where the Axeman and Mike Beery. So Mike Beery was the one that was in the plaid shirt on his back. That's where they were sitting. At some point in their interviews, they said that Mike Beery said that Jason hit him in the arm. You cannot reach over from where Jason was sitting all the way over to where Mike Beery was sitting. You can't do that. But when he did, the officer made a note that that was an unwanted touching. But somehow it escaped him that bringing an axe into the bar is not illegal. But if you threaten somebody with it, then it becomes brandishing. somehow that evaded his thought process, as well as the fact that they attacked him and killed him. So I just wanted you to see you can see the distance on the bar there.
Misdemeanor, what are you thinking right now, ma'am?
Oh, it's very obvious to me when the police officer shows up on scene that this is an individual that is in some sort of distress, period, end of story. And I don't know why you have people that are trying to restrain someone that isn't trying to become unrestrained. And then on top of it, you are supposed to be a professional to know when you should and shouldn't cuff someone. There was absolutely no reason to cuff him.
Right.
None.
Just because someone was on top of him doesn't mean you need to cuff him, right?
I don't even care if he had a freaking axe in his hand while he was down there on the floor. You don't need to cuff him. You take the axe away, and especially in his situation, he's not even moving.
Talk to
The level of force needs to be consummate, you know?
Right.
So like when you're doing a restraint, when the person's fighting, you're going to put more pressure. And then when they're relaxing, you put less pressure, and you continue to go through those stages of less and less and less. And that's not what was happening. They were on his back full and didn't get off of him.
The pressure marks on, oh, I'm sorry, Deidre, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
The pressure marks on his back and the color of his head.
Mm-hmm.
Why? I am not a trained law enforcement officer, and I looked at that, and the minute I saw it, I'm like, oh, no. We are in rescue mode. We are not in cuff him and take him into custody mode. Like, no.
100.
Total incompetence. Absolutely incompetent.
Julie, to answer your question, the axeman left the scene on his own long before the police got there.
Wow.
And Mike Beery, who was on his back, was allowed to leave while the officer was there. He took no control of the scene. He didn't ask about the axe. A woman that was in the bar took the axe and secured it behind the bar.
Wow.
He took control of nothing.
He didn't even separate the witnesses so that you don't have all this cross-contamination of what happened and people getting stories straight. You put this one, he didn't need to be, he stood here and watched these EMTs and paramedics. I'm sorry, I'm getting so heated about this.
Please.
He stood there and watched them work. Sir, you are useless. Get out of there. Go do your job. And your job is to not to supervise and
EMTs.
Watch them try to save this man's life. Go talk to the people that were here and try to figure out what the heck happened.
Yes.
That's
a great point. That's a great point.
Oh, it made me infuriated as I was watching it. I'm like, stop just wandering around, in, out. Oh, let me go talk to these people, but I don't really talk to them. I don't really ask any questions. I don't separate anybody. What in
you're going to see in future body cameras and when they're securing the scene, supposedly, just exactly what you said is what happens. There are people getting their stories straight. They're convening. Yes! It took forever for them to finally say, can you guys at least sit separately? And then even then they didn't enforce it. The ladies walking around, going and talking to the bartender, and then the owner of the bar is coming and talking to the bartender. It was unbelievable. I think my 10-year-old could have done a better job.
Wow.
Absolutely. I don't think we really need to play any more of the video.
Yeah. Okay, let's get that out of that. We'll get rid of that.
Did Kara text you, Deirdre? I saw her text come up. She wanted to know if she could come back. It just happened.
Yes, please. Let me.
Did you tell her yes?
How do I get this thing off?
Give me 1 second. I'll do it on my phone.
Okay.
Okay. Now I got us back. Gee. Oh boy. Challenging tonight. Bia, any thoughts that you had from what you just saw?
Yeah, I mean, the problem is the handcuffing him before they saw that he was unresponsive, and why cuff him and then put him on his back to then do CPR. I mean, they could have obviously they weren't doing CPR correctly. Number one. Number two, you could have caused more damage. You could have broken his arms unnecessarily. Should he have survived that, or what? I'm losing my words here because I'm so angered, that they could have potentially hurt him, and while not doing CPR correctly.
Well, the thing is, like, to your point, what you're saying, and I think Mr. Meaner was also saying, when you come onto a scene and they're holding a guy down, the first thing you want to do is talk to that person.
Right.
And the problem with this guy who's surely's not capable of brain surgery is if you can't communicate with the person, that's the first thing I want to do. Because he's like, hey, buddy, and he's not answering. Someone's saying he's out. Dude, are you a doctor? Shut the fuck up then. You don't know if he's out. Let's turn him over. So, and then when you're shaking him, if he's not doing anything, now you're checking his airway. Now you're checking his nostrils to see, because his mouth is closed. He's not going to be breathing out of his ass. So he's either going to be breathing here or here. And if he's not, now we're going to start CPR. Not to say that would have, because that's the timeline. I don't know if he was alive at that point or not. Okay. So in your opinion, Kara, if this individual, this police officer would have known CPR and would have started that process as I laid it out, do you think, or he was already gone?
He was gone. Jason was dead within minutes.
Okay.
He was in. It's proven that even say a healthy human being being restrained and can only last 90 seconds being choked. An unhealthy person, which we say Jason was unhealthy, so they say he was unhealthy by the medical terms. He was unhealthy. They can only last about 60 seconds. We have physically proven that they choked him down for 10 solid minutes. Jason was long gone before the cop ever got there.
Here. Okay. So
Jason
he wasn't moving and they're just, okay. So yeah,
Correct. I was saying about the coloring on
absolutely
the back. That's what the telltale sign to me was when I originally watched the body cam footage. I was like, I need to know more about this timing, because this is looking like it doesn't match up with what the story is supposed to be.
He clearly was not breathing. I think my point of it is I don't even know if they were checking the pulse correctly, but if there was a weak pulse, he clearly was not breathing, but there could have been a chance. John O'Keefe, as we went in the Karen Reed case, they thought there was still a chance, that he could be resuscitated. And so I hold on to that. Like you every second counts when there's a medical emergency.
Absolutely.
You cannot waste a second, and that second can mean the difference between life and death.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's this incompetence that you see from the first call and the second call. They don't know what they're doing. They don't care about their job. And that's what they're trying to cover up. Their absolute incompetence. And so they charged nobody. And it's beyond me. And I think, and this is my opinion, if you take the same scenario, the same set of facts, and instead of this being a biker bar, you put it at a country club.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I think it would have been handled the same way.
I do, actually, because I think that the law enforcement is that incompetent. I really do. I completely understand what you're saying, but I don't think there is a level of intelligence and training appropriate enough for any of these fools. And what's the meaning again? Because I never want to go visit there.
Volusia County.
Yeah. Thank you.
So
I think you are right, Ms. Demeanor, but I want to say after the fact, and the cover-up may have been the part where it was, we don't care about him because, he called the bartender a bitch and he's a biker.
I agree with you on that part. Yes.
That's the country club analogy, that if it was just some high-priced person and it turns out that they happen to be a friend of the best lawyer in town that they feared, Alan Jackson type, they might have said, oh man, we better do something here.
Absolutely. I actually was told, and I don't know proof on this, is that one of the bartender's husbands is a Volusia County deputy. Makes a lot of difference.
Say that again, that the bartender's husband is a Volusia County deputy?
One of the bartender's husbands was a Volusia County deputy.
Okay, not her, maybe.
Not her, but one of them.
So somebody called one of the law enforcement, the earlier bartender called law enforcement, because that's on the body cam also. I'll bet that's the one you're talking about.
Yeah,
because
standing still and saying head tilt, chin lift. I got you.
Bartzer
up.
is handed the phone, and it's the earlier bartender that went off at like 7 or 7:30 or whatever that night. And she's on the phone talking to Bartzer about whatever, because I can't hear that part of it. But it was somebody else's cell phone that Bartzer was handed. And yes, that it was a personal cell phone. So that would make sense and would hold true.
You picked up on something that I didn't pick up on before.
Is that part of is that in the body cam footage? Okay, so I don't see that. So
Actually,
I have not seen that.
It's quite a ways in, but yeah, he's outside. Bartzer is outside. I think that's his name, isn't it, Bartzer?
Yes. Bartzer. Yes.
He's outside, and some other police officer comes up to him with the cell phone, and he hands it and says, this is the bartender from earlier tonight, or, something to that effect. I'd have to watch it again.
Right.
And until you just said that, and I was like, oh, well, that makes sense then, because at the time I was like, how would they know to call the bartender that was on duty earlier that night so quickly and know how to get in contact with, because nobody looked like they wanted to say jack crap.
Right. Well, Roger showed up. The owner of the bar was there before the cops were there. When the cops got there, he was there. So, allowed to hang out with the bartender the whole entire time. No separation for 45 minutes. 45 minutes, the witnesses all got to sit together. 6 people got to come into an active crime scene. 6 people who were not there got to come in and hang out. And they said, well, that's a normal thing because it is at a bar, and you can't stop the flow of traffic coming into a bar. That's what they told me. That's what the cops said.
I call this the Canton of Florida. That's what I'm calling it from now on.
Seriously.
Yeah.
So along that line, let me tell you that the evidence that was collected was not tested.
No.
So the axeman told the officer that he hit him with the butt end of the axe.
Mm-hmm.
So the blade of the axe was never tested. Nothing was tested. The other thing is we were trying to get Bartzer's training records. I was calling all over the place trying to find where his training records are. So I found the Florida legislature gave control over the certification for officers with FDLE. FDLE didn't have any training records for him. The state of Florida does not require CPR training after they go through the academy. None. They never have to be trained on it again.
That's what Amber was telling me in our first discussion about this case.
Yep. There's two things that I think need to change in Florida. So for you guys who live in Florida, think about this. Changing that so that there is a requirement for them to go through training, every 4 years or when the standards change, or both, whatever, and making it incumbent upon officers to handle a DUI situation, that they shall do something about it. Either go through the field sobriety testing protocol, or tow the vehicle and send the person home in a cab, or have somebody come and get them or whatever. But you can't ever be allowed to do nothing.
Incompetence, just to leave.
I saw a recent footage of this area, kind of like the Orlando-ish area, where a town police officer basically arrested a sheriff's deputy because she was, how like when you exit a highway but there's only one lane, she was parked in that lane, but she was like halfway sticking out. She just like stopped her car in an area where if you were coming down that exit, you would have had to try to go around her, and there really wasn't a lot of room. So this town police officer or city police officer pulled up behind her, and then as you watching the footage, it turns out that it's a sheriff's deputy, and they arrested her for DUI. Yeah. So it does happen, but there are cases like this where she either was scared of Jason, or I don't know what her problem was.
Lazy.
She just
lazy.
That's lazy. I don't know that even having additional laws or anything, it comes down to accountability and do your doggone job.
Morals, just do the right thing,
Just do your doggone job. I have worked in a professional capacity my entire adult life, and I cannot tell you how many incompetent managers, well, I can't say leaders. They're not leaders. They can't lead themselves out
Just
of it.
managers. Yeah. Not leaders. Yeah.
But just incompetent individuals that don't know how to hold a team or hold people accountable for what they're doing. And this is yet again, because if they just did their job,
Yep.
that's all anybody is asking. It says on their vehicle, protect and serve.
Yep.
So I don't know how much more basic we can make their responsibilities, but you need to protect and serve.
But if
Right.
nobody's policing the police, if nobody's holding them accountable, then nothing happens if you don't have good leadership.
Yep.
Right.
This
Oh,
is
I know
what
that.
wanna-
Yeah.
This is what I want to get to in sort of my next line of questioning as we sort of head towards the end. I'm kind of curious what, Kara, if there's any appellate level, if you can appeal to the, Florida Department of FDLE, or from a civil perspective, can you go after these individuals with what you have from a civil perspective in a civil case?
So unless I come up with any new evidence
Mhm.
and or the detectives come up with new evidence or somebody wants to come forward and say something different, nothing will be done criminally because they don't want it to. They're not going to speak to me again. Maybe if you could get somebody to look at the evidence like you guys did and read the police report is very false and misleading.
Very
It
much
Ruby.
so.
it paints Jason out to be the bad guy. But if you could get like going to the attorney general, if by some chance you can get one of them to sit down and look at everything else with the exception of the police report, it could have a different outcome. Or at least in my opinion, it does, but I'm biased. I can look at this and be like, none of this adds up. This is wild. You're saying this and this is not it. And doesn't add up. But criminally wise, unless something magical happens, nothing will ever be done criminally. Civilly, I've sued the Cabbage Patch.
You have.
I have sued the Cabbage Patch. I'm actually not supposed to talk about the Cabbage Patch at all, which I don't talk bad about the Cabbage Patch.
Yeah,
all I
don't-
say
yeah.
is that's where it's happened. That's where it did happen.
We just say the facts.
It's the
Let-
fact. That's where it
Okay.
took place.
And
I
the
have-
reason your attorney said that he didn't see enough evidence to hold accountable any of the Axeman or Beery or
Huh.
any of those individuals.
No, that's not the terms that they use. The terms they use is there's no money in it.
Oh,
There's not
really?
enough. There's not enough money in it for them to go after those guys. So it's past the statute of limitations. So they all get to walk away scot free. There's nothing
The statute of limitations on a civil basis?
civil
No,
basis.
for criminal. Oh,
Well,
For
criminal. So
wrongful
for
death.
criminal, there is no statute of limitations to be
But civil
charged
there is.
criminally.
Because it was declared a homicide. They
Because
have it as a closed case, but it was
It's
still
closed.
declared.
correct. It is
manner
a
of death is
homicide.
homicide.
Yep. Yep. By asphyxiation, homicide. So there is technically no statute of limitations, but you couldn't pay the state attorneys around here to look at it. They won't answer their phones. If you bring up Jason's case, they're not going to speak to you. They'll do nothing. They don't want it reopened. They'll never look at it again. So I am pushing to sue the sheriff's department for their negligence in it.
Yep.
We're in the process of that right now. We don't know how it's going to go. It's
Uh-huh.
all new. We do have letters sent out to see. I don't know if the attorney is going to stick with it if the sheriff's department wants to fight it, because I think they're pretty much just looking at the same thing that, that everybody else looks at. They did write the letters to go to it. I would love to find an attorney that I would actually sit down and really, beat into it, because it is not right. No matter what anybody says, it's not right.
Right. They
I
killed
mean,
him.
lied to
They
you
killed
about
him.
his cause of death over and over, Kara. I'm sorry to
Multiple
interject
times.
this. I know we're coming
Yeah.
back, but
Yes.
can you tell him about what they told you his different causes of death were when that's not what the ME report says?
So the night it happened and they came to my house, they told me that he died of a heart attack. It's looking like a heart attack. That's all we know is he died of a heart attack. They didn't tell me there was a fight. There was no altercation. Actually, Amber, I shouldn't say that. It's a blur. That night's a blur. But I know that they never once said people killed him. You know, they said that
Yeah, I listened to that. I listened to that tape, and you mentioned what happened. Was it drugs? And they wanted to run with that, even though he has no drugs in his system.
No drugs in his
They were
system.
like,
They absolutely pushed that he had a drug overdose. That did he do drugs often? Because we think it's a heart attack. And they went with drugs until the autopsy came back, and there was zero drugs in his system, and then they couldn't use that anymore. So then it was he had a heart attack. And then when they came back to me, 8 weeks later, they came back to me in December, and to give me the update on their case. Jason was very sick. Jason was dying of colon cancer. We found it in the autopsy. Your husband was very sick and he was dying. So they justified his death because they found cancer in the autopsy. They still never once, ever told me he died from asphyxia, homicide by asphyxiation. Not one time ever. Ever. They actually, to this day, haven't acknowledged it until I went and requested the death certificate and got the death certificate back myself. And it came back homicide by asphyxiation. And then it was, well, your husband was sick and dying. And it says it in the police report. They wrote it down. Jason Beach's health contributed to the reason why charges were not pressed. That is mind-boggling to me.
Yeah, because if he were healthier, then he would have been able to breathe, even though he had 6 people on him. Don't you know this, Kara?
Yeah,
Right.
come on.
Yes. He would have been able to
on.
survive being choked for 10 minutes. Had Ethan Bartzer not slowed down and decided to take his time, he might have been there in time to save Jason's life. But he decided I wanted to slow down while he was driving. We could put all kinds of things on it. They never once wanted to admit of what happened. And, for like Hatchet Man, Jay Keeney, he has no charges. Their exact words to me was, no victim, no crime. Jason did not survive to press charges. So therefore, no charges will be pressed on him. And the state attorney
After Birchmore didn't survive, but charges could be pressed.
Yeah, well, they're not going to press charges because the axe is not what killed him. And that's what they say. The axe didn't kill him, but so they're not looking at that at all. They do not give a shit. They have never once addressed Jay Keeney being any issue in this. And they said that, the guys will never be charged because they were defending their friend, and they have every right to defend their friend. You can't prove that they weren't scared, for their friends' lives. And that's it.
So, in as far as a civil case goes,
Get this dude out of here. Whoever's modding for you, this got a smart ass mouth. Otherwise, I can fix this.
As far as a civil case goes, I know I don't want to talk about any specifics, but I want to talk about